almost always been the first pick in our Master League drafts. Although it's never really been really successful. Right? I don't think it's been significantly better than other draft spots. Mostly probably because if you take the first one, you also take last in the second round, so the value there drops.
Yeah, it does have. It's really good against basically all the other top picks, which is its strongest suit. It can be a bit tough to build around in 9-man divisions, but we'll see if that still holds true here.
Yeah, with all these extra megas involved, I'm expecting him to get some good quality value back also in the second round, maybe even third round. So definitely looks good there. So what are we expecting now for the second pick? I think I find it hard to tell because I think if you look at the teams we saw in the qualifiers, Melmetal was really common. But Melmetal isn't really picked this early normally in our Master League drafts. But I can definitely keep going here actually.
Like stuff like Melmetal, Groudon that people run a ton in GBL, they counter Dialga, isn't nearly so good in a draft format where only one team has Dialga. And like on the flip side of that, stuff like Palkia that doesn't get much play at all in Open is very good in draft because it has.
Yeah, that's the same value against later round picks.
It's not super strong against a lot of the top things, but really good against the later round stuff.
All right, we have our pick, so it's Mega Charizard Y.
Oh, it looks like we got a.
So we were wrong with our guess here, but Mega Charizard Y, interesting, new to us, I think. So let's see how he plays with it. All right, so now.
Yeah, I think he used it in the draft tournament too, so I'm not particularly surprised there. It's a strong, really strong Mong, even without Dragon Breath, especially in the draft format where if you have the legacy wing attacker, you can swap back and forth between Fire Spin and Air Slash.
Yeah, so Oscar no surprise for me because I know he really likes it, and I think this Giratina Altered is really good in draft, where for the same reason we just mentioned, that's with Palkia, it's really strong against later round picks.
Yeah, Giratina Altered and Palkia actually have better overall win rates than Dialga does, but because of like the prevalence of Dialga in GBL, we don't see them as much, but in a draft format, they are really strong picks.
Yeah, so now we get the next one picking is going to be Trex. And we know that he really liked his Giratina Origin and Melmetal in the qualifier round, so maybe we can see one of those.
Yeah.
But of course, there's going to be a difference here where he cannot combine it with the other Dialga or the other one of the two. So let's see.
Yeah, he probably. Oh, Palkia. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, definitely. I think I really like this pick here.
Yeah. Palkia's traditionally done very well. The Palkia drafter has in Pogo Raids drafts. So we'll see if T-Rex can continue that trend.
Yeah, and also we've seen Palkia was one of the, when it just learned Aqua Tail, I think it was one of the most underrated picks out there. So it went probably way too late in most divisions, and that's why people that got it got pretty huge steals out of it, and actually won a lot of their divisions, you included.
It appears that Jet has been sniped.
Yeah, Jet says damn it, so I think they definitely wanted the Palkia here.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the next one is Melmetal.
Oh, Melmetal.
Which is roughly at the spot where we normally see it in Master League drafts, although now we also have seen Charizard mixed in with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It actually is pretty solid against everything else that's been picked so far.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
and I see we
it's also
have
Melmetal's one that's very dangerous to leave to the wheel.
So I see we also have the pick of Tommy already, and that's Giratina Origin.
Hook Origin. And then Gary Oak took Mewtwo.
Yeah, so this is not surprising to me, because they already told me beforehand that they wanted actually the first pick if that was possible, because whatever happens, he really wanted Mewtwo. So I think this is quite fortunate place for him, because if you can get it at 7 where you would have picked it at 1, that's probably a lot better for you.
Yeah. It's a really nice safe swap in open. Something like that I feel is a bit less important in draft, just because you can have different safe swaps against different teams. So 789 said his first pick is Zekrom and he's thinking of the second.
Yeah, I think Zekrom is normally we see it like going 4th, maybe 5th. So it's definitely a logical pick at this place.
Yeah, I played around with it, and it's definitely a really good mon here. It's got a nice variety of charge moves, which you can swap up in a draft format. So
yeah, definitely. That's also something we should mention here. So the players here are actually allowed to TM their moves in between rounds. So, for example, if they play opponent 1 with Zekrom with Crunch Outrage.
Oh boy, Zekrom Reshiram.
Oh, this is really cool. So just to finish the story, they can actually go Crunch Wild Charge against another opponent here. So that's also a reason why flexible movesets are actually extra valuable.
Yeah, like if we see the Melmetal go with like Togekiss or something like that, that Reshiram can run Fire Feint and like swap the Dragon Breath against another opponent. So something like that is a really nice pick. This is about where Reshiram goes. Normally, I would say it usually ends up around the wheel. So not surprised at all. That's a scary combo.
Are we expecting? I think we are expecting some megas going now, right?
I would not be surprised to see the Charizard go pretty soon here. I'm guessing that Kyogre and Blastoise, Mega Blastoise will probably go really close to each other too. So
Yeah, and then we also have Gengar,
oh yeah,
which is offensively really strong. And he's somewhat similar in moveset to Giratina Origin.
yeah.
So we just heard from King when he asked people to reach out with Biopimp, someone actually dropped by his house, which is really, yeah, it's really funny. In chat, we see some people wanting Venusaur.
Oh, Dragonite.
Yeah, I think Dragonite Mewtwo is some combo which we usually see as well in normal draft.
And then Tommy takes Kyogre.
Oh, we're speeding up now.
Yeah. Jetson has an opportunity here. If he really hates Dialga, he can double up with Groudon and take away the hardest Melmetal counter too.
Yeah, I think that should be good news for Bar the Gamer, actually, if these top counters all go to one player.
Yeah. Like right now, Dialga beats both of 789's picks, both of Tommy's picks, and depending on Mewtwo's charge move, it's pretty good there too, and obviously against Dragonite. So it'll be interesting to see what they pick in the later rounds to cover that, or sometimes in a draft format, you may not even take a counter to a specific mon and you'll just rely on weakening it down with something and then farming up energy to sweep with another thing. So maybe someone 789 decides to
possible.
Just Dragon Breath down the Dialga after Dragon Breathing it halfway with one of his dragons.
Yeah, it's definitely possible in draft also to indeed have an opponent which has one Pokemon that basically destroys your whole team, but because you can just chip away, there's still possibilities to win. So it's not end of the world if your first two picks lose to some pick of an opponent. So yeah, we mentioned there's some megas still in it. So I think those make probably most sense now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see, although I wouldn't be surprised to see a Lugia here either. Melmetal Lugia is tried and tested in
many teams
draft.
many teams we've seen already.
That was actually, those were the first two picks 789 had the season that he won. So.
Yeah. Okay, we see now
Togekiss,
which is what you mentioned, a great opportunity for 789 to use Fire Fang on his version.
Also, I don't know, a lot of the Pogo Raids drafters who've done a lot of drafts have grown to not care for Togekiss so much. So this is about where it would go normally, I think. So maybe with the inclusion of Megas a bit early, but it combos quite well with Melmetal to stop the fighting. And then, T-Rex going for the combo that I won with Palkia Groudon.
Yeah, you actually swept the whole round with that team even.
Yeah, I like that.
That's definitely a strong combination. And
yeah.
I think with the introduction of, for example, Venusaur now, it may have an extra hole, but let's see where that goes.
He could even potentially just take Venusaur and cover the Gyarados weakness too.
Yeah, I think Venusaur is not really, it's a really good pick for him in the third round if that or maybe 4th even. I don't really know when we can expect it to go. Because also with these megas, what you're going to see is that once people have their first mega, they're not likely going to pick another. So at some point, it's probably going to be cheaper to get get your mega in.
Yeah. Well, you saw Oscar took Mega Blastoise and used it a lot in the qualifier. I wonder if he'll do the same thing here. Yep, that is exactly what he did.
Yeah, so that was really expected, I think, here.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised at all.
I think it's really similar to Kyogre, so seeing them go quite closely to each other is not surprising here.
And then Bar the Gamer, though, looking like he's getting that flyer to go with Lugia at this point. Lugia, or to go with Dialga, Lugia, Ho-Oh are both still available. So.
Yeah, so it looks like Bar the Gamer will at least get
Biopimp took Landorus.
All right.
That, I guess he didn't want the Dialga drafter to get that.
Yeah, but that normally I would be more worried about the Dialga drafter to pick Lugia, which hasn't happened in recent Poké Race drafts much anymore, but I think that's really a strong combination.
Yeah.
Especially also, scaring people away from using fighters against you, because Lugia can really crush that.
Yeah, and it completely walls Groudon too.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah.
I would be shocked if Lugia is not at one of these next two picks here.
Yeah, same for me. Yeah. But what's going to be the other? So what is still around that's really good here?
Ho-Oh is still around. I played around with that a bit, and it's definitely an interesting mon to use, but it's quite good and would be yet another wall to Groudon.
Yeah, so it's not really a wall, but it's quite good indeed. So I used actually in my qualification tournament, I used Ho-Oh and used it most of my whole team. I think it was 11 or 12 times more than I used Dialga. Also because I really liked playing with something new, and just on paper in all these Poké matrices, it looks super good. But it's also a bit awkward because you don't have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
So you should worry
one thing I've noticed when using it is it's very easy to sack swap against a Ho-Oh.
Yes, exactly. So that's definitely something to look out for if you pick it.
But Brave Bird Earthquake is really good coverage. Nothing wants to eat a Brave Bird, not even most steel types.
Yeah, but for those steel types, you can just use Earthquake, right? And not debuff yourself. So that's the coverage is really nice.
Yeah.
All right, Bar the Gamer is thinking. I think they have now 1 minute to make their first pick.
Yeah.
And then another 3 minutes, of course, for the second pick, because we're not gonna.
All right, Lugia is the first pick, surprising absolutely nobody.
Yeah. So everyone who's surprised can let us know in the comments. But we have many surprises.
Metagross is starting to look pretty solid against that team and Jet's team. So
Metal too.
Yeah.
Metal too, yeah. Yeah, not against Jet's team, of course, because they already have it. But
Jet wondering how they let that happen in the draft, but you were bound to get some combo that was not going to be fun to fight with. Just I think
it's not possible to have, to not have these strong combos. There will at least come. Yeah, so also interesting now to see where Mega Gengar goes, because I don't expect it staying around much longer now.
Yeah, but the other thing though is if Bar the Gamer doesn't take Mega Gengar now, will Biopimp or Oscar take it having a Mega already, or is it going to fall back to Palkia Groudon.
Yeah, I can't see Biopimp or Oscar take this extra Mega now already, or even at all, probably. So indeed, if Barda Gamer doesn't pick it, it looks like Captain Treku can pick it up.
And like that, I'm pretty sure, I think Mega Gengar beats Gyarados, and I'm assuming Mega Venusaur, which are looking like the two biggest problems there now. And also Togekiss, too.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good for him.
Yeah.
So we also still have this Charizard X around, which is very similar to the Charizard Y at the moment because of this stat increase for the level 45 bonus. But the difference in draft spot is really large now.
Yeah. That's the other thing is like if Barda Gamer doesn't take one of those two now, like they could both potentially fall back to 4th and 5th pick, which would create like really crazy combos here.
Yeah, so yeah, indeed, the fact that people have skipped mostly on the Vegas can become a bit scary.
Dialga Lugia Ho-Oh.
That
is some serious bodyguards for Dialga.
So I just see in the comments, is Dragon Breath Mega Charizard allowed? No, it's not.
Biopimp took Latios.
All right, that's the first Dragon Breath user in their team.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid pick. I can't, like, you probably don't want to be taking a second Mega, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, so what other top picks are still around? There's some good Megas. Dragonite's also still around, which is quite surprising.
Dragonite's went with Mewtwo on Gary Oak.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, so it would be really surprising indeed if that really stuck to here. So of my personal favorite picks here, I think there's just Megas left.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see what Oscar comes.
Yeah, that Ho-Oh pick really threw things a bit for a loop here because the other top picks left are both Megas, like you said, and Biopimp and Oscar both already have a Mega, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't think they're happy with this Ho-Oh pick.
Yeah, I do not think so at all. Oh, Oscar took Gyarados. I actually like that pick a lot here. That looks quite good against the cores here because Jetson took both Melmetal and Togekiss, which are the two most obnoxious things for Gyarados among the early
so
picks.
you can just bench it there indeed.
Yeah.
And Blastoise also beats both of those.
Yeah.
Gyarados especially looks really good against Tommy, Gary.
And T-Rex takes Mega Gengar. I don't think that's a particularly big surprise here.
No, I think that's the expected pick at this point.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite lucky to this string of events where all these Megas were skipped, and then the ones already had them had to skip as well.
So now it's just Mega Charizard's like the last probably really top tier pick left, and then we're gonna
it looks like a really big steal at this point.
Yeah.
So I think you can count yourself lucky if you can get it at this point now.
Does it help Jet's team though is the only thing. Like it's already
I think it's so strong that it's no matter what you have, it already helps you. So what is the problem? What problems does a team have? It's Kyogre and Blastoise, obviously.
Yeah.
Mega Gengar.
So maybe the Mega Venusaur?
Yeah, although Mega Venusaur doesn't do much against the Gengar, but
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, and also like if you don't take the other Mega Charizard now, you're leaving it to Tommy, which I would not want to fight that team if that happened.
yeah, in general, you don't think you want to fight someone getting Charizard X halfway to round 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just look then Pivot of Venusaur against Mega Gengar, and it looks really bad. Only in the zero
Yeah.
shield it looks somewhat okay, but if this Gengar shields once, it can go out of this matchup with almost all of its health.
Yeah. Garchomp.
Yeah, so Garchomp is
Oh, and then Tommy takes Mamoswine.
Garchomp
Oh
is
wow!
picked quite
If
often.
789 can get that Mega Charizard, that
They can
would
just
be
Dragon Breath on the way. Oh
A
wait,
lot of damage.
this Charizard obviously cannot use Dragon Breath.
Yeah. Mamoswine is interesting. I don't really see a team right now that the Mamoswine is particularly strong against. I guess
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
run
it's mostly
Stone
for the
Edge
Dialga and
against,
Lugia.
yeah. Oh, and there goes Charizard X.
Yeah, that's a huge steal here.
Yeah, that is a huge steal.
So I think Gary Oak's position looking really nice here.
Yeah, that's a really strong team for 7th pick.
Yeah, I think they're quite lucky now with this, getting this 7th spot instead of what they would have had otherwise.
Yeah.
Because just based on how other teams picked there, it looks much stronger than I think it would have been.
Hmm.
So we also still have the fan favorite of Pogo Raid's Regice around, which you see quite
Yes.
soon.
That's actually, it's starting to look pretty good against. Oh, it's no longer around because 789 just took it.
Yeah, so that's. I think if you before this draft started, it's no surprise that someone with more Pogo Raids draft experience picks
Yeah,
Regice because
it's quite good against Jets team right now.
it looks really good there, and Regice is just also maybe a bit too much hyped up in Pogo Raids. Now it's really early, but I think Regice at this point it makes sense.
Yeah, it's got a lot of bulk and really good charge moves. Pretty good actually against the Dialga Lugia combo also, although obviously Ho-Oh is not good for it.
Yeah, so some other good things that still are around, I think, is Metagross.
Yeah, Metagross.
Which I'm expecting to go soon as well.
And seeing like how much later some of this stuff goes with Megas is crazy. Like Metagross is normally a round 2 pick for what we see.
Yeah, but also it loses, of course, to quite some new megas, right? It loses to Blastoise.
Yeah, like most of the Mega, I think it loses to like all of them besides Mega Venusaur.
So I think the introduction of these megas doesn't only just shift it, but also makes it a bit less interesting than other non-megas. So
Snorlax.
So 7 and 9 going for the 1-turn fast move team here.
Yeah. Also the all safe swap team with Regice and Snorlax in there.
Yeah, they're not gonna care a lot about lost leads.
So Tommy probably definitely gonna want Dragon Pulse there with 2 dragons and Snorlax on the origin.
Yeah. Then the question is if he will bring Ominous Wind or Shadow Ball with it.
Yeah.
If they even meet, of course, because this is a double elimination tournament, so they don't always have to play each other.
Yeah, that's another big difference is you're drafting to cover every team here, but you aren't gonna fight every team here. So
yeah, so the draw of the players will also have some influence there, because if you have a really bad matchup against one of them and you can avoid them, that's really going to be huge. But they don't know the draw yet, so that's they just have to draft like they should cover everyone, because they can just meet everyone at this point.
Yeah.
So just looking at Tommy's team at this point, and only one with really high fast move pressure at this point is Kyogre.
Yeah. That's interesting to see. Mamoswine's pretty reliant on charge moves for its damage, and then Origin Shadow Claw's a really good move, but you're still Shadow Ball is where
the damage comes from Shadow Ball there.
Yeah.
So we also still have Mew going on.
Oh yeah, Mew at this point is looking like a really good pick with the ability to TM in between opponents, assuming you have 100 plus TMs to use.
Yeah, so I'm the one who used Mew in my last draft round, and I got really unlucky with it. So Mew can really be a pain if you don't get your moves. But
yeah, I also had it last round, and it was a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out what happens when someone runs out of time. Oh, are we? Oh, okay. Gary Oak ran out of time, and then Tommy took Raikou. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a bit of confusion here. I'm not sure if we're skipping or what is happening right now.
Yeah, so a little bit. Oh, Gary Oak.
Gary Oak just asked if it was his pick. So
I guess we got
after 8 tags.
So Gary Oak missed their 3-minute period, but we're gonna. Seems like they were.
Okay, he took Swampert. So okay. One of them told us their favorite Pokemon was Swampert. That wasn't Gary Oak, though, I don't think.
Yeah, who was that? Let me look it up.
But,
yeah, that was Warner Gamer's favorite Pokemon.
Okay, so I'm assuming Tommy still wants Raikou, but we'll wait for him to confirm that. Yeah, Raikou looking pretty good against Oscar's team right now, actually, with the really Shadow Ball for the altered. And then the Swampert obviously breaks through the Dialga Ho-Oh, although it's definitely got to watch out for Brave Bird because it does not want to take one of those.
Yeah, and definitely watch out for Lugia too, because I think Lugia eats it alive.
Yep. quite good against 789's team also.
Yeah, if I don't know the matchup against Regice, I think that's really close.
Regice wins the 0 shield, but loses with shields up.
Yeah, and Snorlax usually beats Swampert.
Yeah, the Snorlax matchup is pretty close. Like, if Swampert's got like 2 Mudshot lead, I think it wins all shields. But Swampert is a bit squishy though, so like one of those dragons can like take it down enough for the other dragon to get it down the rest of the way. So
yeah, I think with that team they don't really mind losing by small margins.
Yeah. Snorlax with energy is pretty good, and like if you give Regice 2 or 3 lock-ons of head start, it can like really put some damage on things. Even in matchups that it's probably going to lose anyways, like Giratina Origin, you did not want to tank a Blizzard.
Yeah, so the best mega around still is Venusaur, I think, and
yeah,
and there already are some teams with it, with some megas. So it's going to be interesting to see who picks up the last really strong mega, and then after that, there's I guess Handoom, but I doubt if that would be drafted at all.
yeah. I don't see any team right now that would particularly dislike fighting a Mega Houndoom.
Yeah, maybe Bar the Gamer's team, but I don't know the matchups of this Mega Houndoom too well.
Yeah, now we're starting to get into the part of the draft where the picks are taking a bit longer. I'm a bit surprised that Metagross is still around with Jetsons, Melmetal Togekiss, and Bar the Gamer's Dialga Lugia. But
yeah, so some discussion about Dialga's prevalence in this meta. So I think indeed in open it's probably the best pick out there, but in draft still probably also the best, but definitely not. The margin is definitely not large enough for it to make that big
like
of a difference.
of all the top picks, like Dialga's probably one of the easier ones in draft to like take a hard counter or two in the later rounds, because like stuff like Excadrill, Hariyama usually doesn't get picked. Oh, Hydreigon, that feels early to me, honestly.
Yeah, already even early, I think, in the common 9 rounds.
Like we usually don't see that go until round 5 or 6 without megas. So seeing it round 4 with megas is a bit surprised. Although it is,
they already have the Togekiss, so that's
that is true. And it's also it's quite good against Tommy's team.
Oh wow!
Basically, only has to
Treku now.
Basically, only has to fear the Mamoswine there. Oh, T-Rex took Mew. Oscar is probably not happy.
Yeah, Oscar definitely wanted that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oscar also sent us that his favorite Pokemon. He doesn't really have one, but for draft it's Mew because of this flexibility.
That team looks very scary now.
And I know Oscar had the TMs.
Oh, yeah.
So I can see Rhyperior going now, actually. It's also one of the...
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised Rhyperior is still around. That's another one that can do a lot of damage to that Dialga Lugia Ho-Oh team. also pretty good against 789's team with two things there, weak to ground, and like Regice and Snorlax do not want to tank a Rock Wrecker. So
I think the idea is now that maybe the players will be given a bit more time for the later rounds.
Yeah.
Because it's expected that the decisions are getting harder at this point.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see something like a Regirock here, because that's actually really good against what Bar the Gamer has right now, and Oscar doesn't really have a strong answer to Dialga at this moment. So, and I know he does like the Reggies a bit. So
Yeah, I think he likes them, but fourth round feels a bit too early at this point.
yeah. Oh, looks like he's going with Metagross.
Yeah, so Metagross is some Dialga answer.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Like he doesn't really fear Ho-Oh that much with the Blastoise Gyarados there. Although Gyarados is another one, like even Ho-Oh counters like do not want to take a charge move if it's got an energy lead. Zapdos
Yeah.
from Biopimp.
I think that's also a bit early since we
Yeah,
usually also don't see that even in the fourth round.
yeah. What would you want? I guess maybe for Mewtwo's Swampert, but like I don't know. I'm not sure what does. I guess well, actually, that's pretty good. That might be like a direct response to Oscar's Metagross pick. Honestly,
Yeah, it's really good against three of Oscar's team.
yeah, and like Charizard, Landorus, Latios don't really care for Gyarados that much, so that makes sense, especially with Raikou gone already.
Yeah, so Oscar's team is a bit weak against Electrics at this point, so will be interesting to see what he's gonna do
I
about that.
maybe he takes Rhyperior if it gets back to him.
Yeah, almost looks like he should, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, we'll have to see.
that's I feel like that's probably the best Mon left, maybe besides Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, I think at this point, Rhyperior, Metagross, and this Mega Venusaur were the strongest overall.
Yeah,
There's also still Conkeldurr and Machamp for yeah,
yeah,
mostly for this Dialga coverage. But if he's bodyguarding them with two of these flyers,
yeah.
I think
Although
there's time
Ho
drops
does
on.
have to watch out for Rock Slide and Stone Edge from them.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Lugia doesn't even care about it.
Yeah.
No, Mega
No.
not allowed.
So yeah, that would be a steal if it was allowed, but that one's
I honestly haven't looked at all at Mega Abominous
Mega Obama
measures, but
Snow is crazy. Like it beats Dialga, both Giratinas, I think, Kyogre,
it's definitely something to look forward to in
but not
coming
right
tournaments,
now.
but not
So
this
we'll
one.
need to get another pick from Bar the Gamer. So Where
Oh, here goes
there
Rhyperior.
goes Rhyperior. That's probably didn't want to fight it himself, so
Yeah, I think
that's
also it is good against this electric Pokemon because
yeah,
even Raikou isn't that bad against Dialga I've seen.
yeah.
You obviously lose also.
Regirock looking really good against that team right now, though.
Yeah. So the players now get 5 minutes for each pick instead of the 3 they get in previous round, just because these later picks are just harder to come up with.
Yeah. It's starting to stack a bit of a Kyogre weakness with the back line there.
Yeah, it does look like that way. Yeah. Yeah, Kyogre and Blastoise, I think they're basically.
Yeah. And like Gyarados too is not that bad against Dialga. Like you can beat Dialga with Gyarados if you're carrying Outrage. So
Yeah, we're also haven't seen Gardevoir yet.
No.
So the budget Togekiss.
No, Gardevoir.
But does it really look good against some teams?
I guess if you really needed something to cover a dragon, but like every team has something that like beats Gardevoir pretty bad.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't see many teams where I would really like using it because, of
yeah,
course, there are some teams where it can be really good if you line it up, but it can also be really much of a trap.
yeah. I guess against 789 with the double dragon, it could be useful, but like Snorlax is a terrible matchup for Gardevoir.
Yeah,
And like,
Regice too, right?
yeah, Regice can burn probably both shields before it has to use one of its own.
Yeah, if they go for Earthquake.
Yeah.
Like 30 turns for Gardevoir and 13 for each Earthquake.
So.
But maybe I think Gardevoir can tank one Earthquake, but should check that.
Yeah, probably. But if you, I think you can do Blizzard plus Earthquake before it can get to a charge, and it does not want to eat a Blizzard.
Yeah, but it can survive a Blizzard. It looks. But yeah, it's getting in farm range for everything else after that.
Yeah, and also depending on which team might take it, the Reshiram could just run Fire Fang and ruin everything anyways. So
yeah, that's true. But this Reshiram could run Fire Fang first against the first 2 picks of Jetson, but these later teams really don't want to bring Fire Fang against.
No.
So that's going to be a tough one for 7 at 9 to figure out.
Yeah. Although Regice, again, like, really strong against that team with the High Dragon there, too. Like, Blizzard, they'll take that out. Garchomp doesn't want to eat a Blizzard. Melmetal's the strongest Regice counter Jetson has, and that still loses the Zero Shield to Regice. So.
But only if it doesn't run Flash Cannon.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, who likes
I think you probably need Rock Slide Superpower there for the Reshiram and the Snorlax.
Yeah, and I think so too. So Bar the Gamer now has 1 minute left for their pick.
I'm feeling like Mega Venusaur could help him out quite a bit here. Cover up the water weakness of the back few. It's pretty good against Mega Houndoom. Wow.
Oh, damn.
Okay. That is a surprise to me.
And there's another water weakness. Oh, but that's really going to be interesting. I don't know a lot about Houndoom yet, and I really look forward to seeing it going into play.
Yeah. That and then again, Regirock. Someone take Regirock already. Jeez. Um, starting to add on some more fighting weaknesses too, but like Lugia and Ho-Oh are pretty strong fighting deterrent there.
So something also that we haven't seen yet, but that did actually show up in some of the qualifying teams is Tyranitar. And I know that in Pogo Race, not a lot of players like it, but I think it's going to be picked some point in this coming rounds. I see there's also a poll. Is Regirock going to get picked this round? That's going to be interesting.
If I feel like I'm going to have trouble against the Dialga team, that's my first choice right now. Like, you can beat every single mon on that team with Stone Edge Focus Blast Regirock in certain shield scenarios.
Also looks very good against 789's team and quite decent against Jetsen's team.
Yeah. Biopimp taking Machamp to start the fighting panic that we usually see around this point.
No, usually we see it earlier, right? But yeah, this is also including. So makes sense that it's this fighting.
Usually we see like 5 fighters in a row at the start of round 4 sometimes.
Yeah, so Galder,
I'm not surprised.
Heracross, and Let's Go. As Cavaliers also.
Heracross is actually really good against 789's team right now.
Yeah.
Like you force both shields on both Zekrom and Reshiram, you win the one shield there.
Yeah, but you can also do the same with Machamp running close combat, I think.
Yeah. Like just in general, 789 really wants something to deter close combat users. So I wonder if we might see like a Jirachi or something on round 5 or 6 as an anti-fighter.
So I think I've also seen that in general Biopimp likes his shadows, and these latest 2 picks are shadow eligible, so maybe one of them.
Oh yeah.
So what options does Oscar have at this point?
I mean, Regirock, but
I think.
I don't think he can take Mega Venusaur with.
No, I don't think so too. But I think he is pretty much the Palkia problem, right? Palkia looks quite problematic there.
I mean, Gyarados and Altered.
Yeah, they go fine.
And Metagross, the matchup there isn't too bad. Like I think he's fine against Palkia, honestly. Oh yeah.
So even
Regirock. Regirock finally went. I think that's a really good pick.
But also Shadow Claw, Giratina Altered can also beat Palkia, I think.
Yeah. But like that's really good against Bar the Gamer. It's really good against 789. It's pretty good against Jetson too, besides the Garchomp. But like Garchomp wants no part of Gyarados, Mega Blastoise, Altered.
And it's also something that beats Raikou again, which is good for him.
Yeah. It's a pretty. I mean, it has to avoid Machamp against Biopim, but like even the matchup against Landorus isn't that awful for it.
No, I think it can even win the Zero Shields.
Yeah, it does win the Zero Shield against Landorus.
So, question from the chat: is Armored Mewtwo different than regular Mewtwo? Yeah, this is a different pick. So it's still on the table here.
Yes, it is, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that get picked at some point too.
No, it should probably go at some point now. I think usually we see it around the 4 or 5 wheels pick for the Dialga owner.
Yeah, I took it on the 4-5 wheel as the Dialga owner this past season.
I think many Dialga drafters have done that in the past as well.
Yeah.
So
it's got a lot of charge moves you can choose from too. Like actually might be a bit spicy, but like Rock Slide Dynamic Punch Armored Mewtwo against Bar the Gamers team. It's got a fairly okay Dialga matchup. It doesn't outright win it, but it gets it pretty close, definitely in farm range for something else.
all right. So what do we expect for the pick for Captain Trecu's team? I think this team already looks quite strong.
Yeah.
But I see some Dragonite problem here.
Oh yeah, Dragonite. Although like with Mew you can run Ice Beam.
But even then I think it's not gonna crush Dragonite a lot, but indeed if you can align it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Armored Mewtwo. So we see Armored Mewtwo now, which I think can beat Dragonite with Rock Slide.
It's pretty close. I think you do need a bit of energy lead, but I think Dragonite also needs to land the Outrage on you.
Yeah, or Draco, whatever.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, with Rock Slide though, that's looking pretty good against Gary Oak's team. But it's got a really good Swampert matchup. Although Swampert not that big a threat to Palkia.
Not even that big of a threat against Groudon. Yeah, I think I would run Swampert actually. Because Swampert doesn't lose that badly against Palkia.
Yeah, it's pretty good against the Mega Gengar. But Groudon actually beats Swampert in the one shield straight Earthquake. So
that's also depending a bit on fast move denial. So I played this match with Oscar a couple of times, and if you get the fast move denial correctly, then you can win it as the Swampert.
Yeah.
But that's something I really dislike about the current mechanics, because it feels so random. Even if you kill, then you can actually make it happen more often. Then still, even if you don't try for it, there's any lag can just screw it up.
I feel like Jetson has to take a fighter here, or that Regice is just going to plow through his team. Heracross would be...
Or Conkeldurr.
Yeah. Would be a pretty nice pick. Heracross also gets the bug coverage, which could be useful against the Mew armored team. It's not good against Mega Gengar, but it's got pretty okay matchups against Groudon, and Palkia doesn't want to eat a close combat. But yeah, I think Conk or Heracross here would be a good move.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who of these drafters all have Heracross available.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is some of them may be not in the region. Do we not have an armored Mewtwo picture for T-Rex or?
I see this question again, which is asked a couple of times, I think. So whenever someone picks something, they can use either the shadow or not, and they can do so for each opponent separately. So they can Mewtwo for opponent 1, and Shadow Mewtwo for opponent 2. But once you show that you use the normal Mewtwo against an opponent, you have to use it for all potential 3 battles.
Yeah. I think the big one we see with that normally is Tyranitar, where like you'll run usually normal T-Tar with Smackdown and then the Shadow with Bite.
So Jet took actually Conkeldurr, which we all expected, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Conk for him. Oh, and then Tommy took Gardevoir, so we do see that one going here.
Yeah, so
I guess that didn't really have that strong an answer to the Dragonite before, so I guess that makes sense for him. Like, Mamoswine should beat D-Knight, but doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's. But give Mamoswine 1 turn of advantage, and it should probably run over it.
And Gary takes Heatar.
All right, so that's going.
Yeah,
probably
it's pretty good against his own team, but
yeah, it is. So I think Blastoise looks quite good. Blastoise and also Kyogre look quite good against Gary's team.
Oh yeah.
Looks like they beat everything besides the Dragonite.
Yeah, I think Mega Blastoise probably even can beat it with it gets the Ice Beam before your Dragonite gets the Outrage.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's. I'm assuming it's
Dragon Claw is really impressive.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
So we'll see. I guess what does 7, 8, 9 need here in his last picks? Probably like a better Dialga answer than Snorlax would be good.
Yeah, not even. I think also some fighting answer is really necessary here.
Yeah.
So Jirachi, I think, makes sense because Jirachi doesn't actually beat Dialga, but can go quite well against it. But on the other side, Jirachi looks pretty bad against the rest of the Party Gamers team. So maybe not that good there. But also, we haven't seen Mega Venusaur yet.
Yeah.
And it's really getting time for someone to pick it. So I do actually expect all these players did a little bit of preparation and made sure they have the Mega Energy for most of the Megas.
Someone just pointed out a Scavalier in the chat, which like beats everything on 7, 8, 9's team right now.
Yeah, but beats doesn't have to. Doesn't beat anything in the Zero Shield. Yeah, or at least doesn't beat the dragons in the Zero Shield.
No. But that. I don't know what that matchup looks like against the Mega Houndoom, but it beats Dialga and Rhyperior too. Probably, I don't know if you can get the Flamethrower with Snarl faster than it gets to Drill Run, but
Drill Run is, I think, it's 7 counters.
14 turns to Drill Run. And then
I think you need
15 to Flamethrower.
And both need 12 for the second. So I think you beat it with a Scavalier there.
Yeah.
So we're also now in the phase where we are going to see which ones are going to drop out of the draft. And there's definitely going to be some things unpicked that we usually see in our 9-player rounds.
Definitely.
And one of the interesting things that is lately going to be, that even went unpicked in one of the drafts, is Heatra. And let's see if it gets picked here.
I don't see.
Is it actually good against one of the teams? I think
Not
it's
like again, like every team basically has something that ruins it. So Latios is
that's
the
at least
first
something that
pick.
beats fighters.
Yeah.
But how does it do against a Scavalier?
Not great, I don't believe. I think you do win the 0 shield because if you have Thunder Outrage, it wins some shield scenarios, but I don't.
I have it in
know.
front of me now if it loads, actually.
But that's a really
Yeah, Latias
interesting
only
pick.
wins the 0. Well,
Yeah.
that's assuming
Although
PvP timing and baiting, of course. So
it's quite good against T-Rex team, especially because like the Mega Gengar probably isn't going to want to fight a Snorlax, a Regice, and 2 dragons.
yeah, that looks really good there, indeed. And also, I think even against Gengar, it can Dragon Breath down totally in 2 shields.
Pretty good against Biopimp's team too if you avoid the Latios.
And even if you don't, it's not that problematic, I think.
No.
You can probably 0 shield win or not.
No, because Latios has Dragon Claw. Like the problem with Latios is that it only has
can you live it?
moves. No, you can't. Well, I think you can, but I don't think you can reach a charge move. I know you win the 2 shield with Latios, but you win it on like 1 HP and you aren't getting the second shield back after. You also actually you can Dragon Breath down the Giratina Origin in the 2 shield with Latios.
Yeah, so actually
was actually my strategy against Oscar in one of the rounds here. We've done before.
Yeah, so what's funny about this team from 789, it's still all 1 turn fast moves. And we have a third Dragon Breath user, which is really quite crazy, but I think he took it for the Psychic secondary type to cover for fighters.
Yeah, right? I think you're right. It's not bad against Gary Oak either, although the T-Tar isn't particularly great. We also can't forget Latios does get Charm. I'm not sure there's a team here that would necessitate that, but
you've used Latias a lot more than me too.
Did
you actually use it, or?
I have used Charm Latios in draft multiple times before.
Oh, that's interesting. But I think Gary should run Smektar against 789, right?
Yeah, probably.
So then these Latias doesn't look that bad.
But he could run Shadow with Bite also, which you can bite down either of the 2 dragons if you play out the 2 shield.
Yeah, so what other pick is he gonna need here?
Still could use a better answer to the Olga, I think. Although between Regice and Snorlax, like that's probably enough pressure.
Yeah, I think both of them, if you align it to it, they can at least bring it into somewhat of a farm range for these dragons.
And like the Ho-Oh is gonna get some serious pressure to stay away too with 3 dragons there.
Yeah, I don't think I would even dare bringing Ho-Oh into that matchup. So that
makes the Regice look pretty good there because like Earthquake can hit Mega Houndoom too. So
yeah, but they can also run Smackdown Rapirior.
Oh yeah, if you run Smackdown though, you're giving up the Zekrom matchup.
Yeah, it's basically choosing between what you want to beat most.
Yeah. And like you can still beat Regice with Mud Slap if you run Rock Wrecker. Oh, he does not want to fight that snail. So Escavalier is 789's last pick.
So this is the first complete team, and he actually breaks with his one turn fast move.
Yeah.
Team here.
But that not that bad. I mean, the team it's best against here is definitely his own. And Gary Oak takes Heracross, which is not good for 789.
King just mentions that.
King saying the Escavalier does get Bug Bite, so the one turn fast move is there. Tommy Love took Aggron, which is, I'm not sure why you would take Aggron with Heatran still on the table, but
yeah, I don't see it either. What's it good against? Let's look. Looks quite solid against, probably against Bar the Gamer.
Yeah.
Although
I guess you wanted the rock fast move damage, maybe. That'd be the only reason I could think of to take Aggron over
Aggron really has to watch out for Rapier.
Yeah. But
on the other side, Rapier really has to watch out for Kyogre too. So there's
yeah,
some rock, paper, scissors going on if they bring that.
But that Heracross, though, is really good against 789's team. I think it beats like every single one of those mons in the one shield.
Yeah, that's the powerful thing about counter close combat is, for some reason, it doesn't really matter what Pokemon uses it. It's super strong in the one shield.
Yeah.
It's usually the counters that you need to get to the second close combat usually are enough to bring it in close combat range and take it out. And close combat is obviously super strong.
Oscar's telling Tommy that he has 5 minutes for each pick, not all of them combined. So what are we thinking here for Jetson then? Probably his team definitely has the most tools against the Dialga.
Yeah, like, but I also see problems against Reshiram here.
Oh, yeah. I mean
Melmetal
does beat Reshiram, and Melmetal can win with shields up, but assuming it has Dragon Breath and not Fire Fang.
Yeah, I don't think you can run Fire Fang anymore.
Yeah, probably not with Garchomp and Hydreigon. But what's left here I don't think it's that problem. The Reshiram's that problematic here. Like Conk wins, Melmetal wins, Togekiss can win with shields up, and Garchomp can win shields down. I think Hydreigon can win the 0 there also because it gets to Dark Pulse before you get to Overheat, and Crunch isn't quite enough.
Yeah, so Jetson only has Hydreigon as Kyogre and Blastoise counter here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Garchomp and Melmetal go okay against it.
Yeah. Maybe it's Mega Venusaur time?
Oh, definitely is. It's way past Mega Venusaur time, if you ask me.
Milotic.
So I've seen in the
I'm a bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
He'd picked Milotic. I'm not really sure what that does here, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, so I see in the chat, and also something I saw indeed when we picked at Pokerade drafts, that Melodic usually goes with the name of Walmart Kyogre now, because it has the
Oh
same
yeah,
moves, but it's just a budget version.
yeah. I don't know about that one. Like that Kyogre is going to be a really big problem for that team if you can't get the Hydreigon lined up on it.
Well, Conkeldurr can actually beat it if it gets one counter ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and Melmetal can also
But
at
like
least attack
Conk
it.
is risky though against Origin and Gardevoir. Like you can't. It's not. That's not a team you can swap a Conkeldurr.
Oh,
Use
absolutely.
Conk as a swap. Mega Venusaur is like looking pretty good against
Yeah, but
his
I
team
think
now. But the thing is, everyone left the
everyone
pick
is.
has a Mega already.
Yeah, so we're not gonna see any Mega Venusaur action probably. Yeah, there's no rule against having two,
Yeah,
but
they could
I
take
don't think
two
it's gonna
Megas,
be
but
helpful to have two because you can already not field two in the same game, and that's probably gonna put you off a lot.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean they are allowed to pick another one and move between them against opponents, but I don't think it's likely they will do
yeah.
it.
Melodic does get Dragon Tail,
Yeah, but is it strong enough to actually
so
win things with that?
you can beat some of the dragons if you can land a blizzard. Like you can beat the Tinas, but I think you still need to land a surf bait and the blizzard and then not get baited by ominous wind.
I don't think you even reach Surf plus Blizzard before Giratina can kill
You
you.
might
Actually,
not. I know you can beat altered with melodic,
oh, that's really
but
interesting.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I guess it's okay against Tommy's team. It does get
Oh,
hyper beam.
so we now get
Uh,
Kyurem for capital.
oh, Kiram, that's a pretty nice pick at this point. I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's probably the last proper Dragon Breath user around, but
Yeah,
yeah, really good moveset, and I think it's good value, especially here.
yeah.
Only
Usually we
thing,
see that around round 4
yeah, I think so.
in
Only
a
thing in its
9-man no megas. So
Yeah, only thing is that the ice typing usually doesn't really help.
yeah, usually is not a good thing for it.
But yeah, it can help you against red ice and
Yeah,
not
Regice
Mamoswine.
is that's one where the ice typing there helps you a lot.
Mamoswine as well.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to tank an avalanche instead of die instantly. So just 3 picks left.
And like it actually can beat a lot of the fighters too, which is a bit of a surprise because you get to the second Dragon Claw before they get to the second Dynamic Punch. So like you beat Conk and Heracross.
Yeah, but I've learned that if Kronk is best buddy, but which is probably not likely, but then I think there's a counter breakpoint there so that you don't get to
Oh
this second Dragon Claw.
yeah. And then the other thing is most of them can just like double shield and counter down. And although you probably won't get that shield back if you did that against this team with the armored Mewtwo.
Yeah, you need something if you
But
don't like
a
to
lot
be
of the time
playing
you
that.
can.
Yeah, you need something that can tank a Conk Elder move.
Yeah.
But they have with Armored Mewtwo and even Mew.
Yeah. The armored Mewtwo actually looks really good against Jet's team right now.
Yeah, only
You can
really
even
loses
run Dynamic
to
Punch against
Hydreigon.
the Hydreigon. it does beat Togekiss in the 2 shield, which I'm not sure anything else on his team can do. Is Mega Gengar bulky enough to not get charmed down, or?
I'm on it. Yeah, so they both have 3-turn moves, so don't have to play around with PV pokes. Sometimes weird typing. Yeah, it can actually do triple Shadow Punch and win there with that and beat and win the 2 shield.
All right.
Even only has to shield once because Togekiss is so slow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's not a good matchup there for Togekiss at all.
Yeah, on the other hand, Togekiss is really good against Palkia, also good against Groudon and Kyurem. So
yeah,
and depending, of course, on Mew's moves, it can also be good there.
Yeah,
Or at
I mean,
least decent.
I feel like you've definitely got to run Ice Beam there at least.
Yeah, I think is this the Ice Beam
actually,
Flame Charge?
this may be the team that Melodic is for to stop the Flame Charge Ice Beam Mew. And like,
Yeah,
it's not bad against Groudon either.
Yeah, and with maybe with Dragon Tail, it can also pressure Palkia a bit.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Oscar's time is almost up, so we should see a pick soon.
Mm.
Oscar picks Suicune. So I think this is the first time I've seen a triple water team in draft.
Yeah. That's actually pretty good against Are the Gamer's backline after the Dialga's gone.
Yeah, and even Suicune doesn't really like Dialga, I think, but also goes okay against Lugia.
Yeah. It's not bad against Biopimp either.
Oh, and Oscar's gonna get bodied against Raikou is what
Biopimp tried to pick Gyarados, so we almost got through the draft without someone trying to take something that got picked already.
Yeah. So I think one of the stronger picks still around is now at this point Darkrai.
Oh yeah.
Articuno too, Jirachi. Maybe we can see Genesect.
Ooh.
Or Farisian.
Oh, Genesect, not bad against 789, the Regice, Snorlax, Latios. It's not that bad against Zekrom either. Although that Landorus looks very good here. So, funnily enough, Landorus actually beats Regice in the 2 shield.
Yeah, because I think it gets to 2 rock slides there, right?
Yeah, you get 4 rock slides before Regice reaches 3 charge moves. Yeah, Regice has some like really weird matchups. Like you lose shields up to Landorus and Shadow Dragonite, who are 4 times weak to ice, and then you beat Heatran in all even shield scenarios.
Yeah, but with this Heatran, you really have to be careful that they don't catch your Earthquake.
Yeah.
Because if they do in the 2 shield, then you basically only threw Earthquake at something that should probably take it easy.
I think you were a victim of me catching an Earthquake on Togekiss once.
Probably. I don't recall. I know I've been someone caught the Earthquake from my Regice in the matchup against Heatran.
Yeah.
That was typed draw. And yeah, I totally believe you that you also caught it on sometime.
Yeah, the Suicune definitely has some good looking matchups here. It's not that bad against the Groudon, Gengar, double Mew either. Man, T-Rex team is just like a bunch of combos that I had because I had Palkia Groudon before in draft, and I had double Mew in the last draft too, which was a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, I also had this double Mew combination indeed. I don't think I used it a lot in combination of each other.
I had Dialga double Mew, which was really funny watching everyone too scared to run their fighters against the Dialga.
Someone mentions to me that I've seen triple water before, and this was emotes that did it in, I think it was V4 of our Poker Race draft, and then it was Swampert, Palkia, and Polion.
Oh wow! back before Palkia had Aqua Tail. Oh,
Yeah, that was the budget Palkia, definitely.
Yeah, someone mentioned Crocodile in the chat. That's not too bad against the Zekrom, Reshiram, Snorlax, Latias either. Although it's pretty squishy, so it doesn't do it does not like Dragon Breath with shields in play. Actually, not bad against the Gamers team either. It beats Dialga. I'm pretty sure it beats Rhyperior definitely if you're running SmackDown. Not bad against Lugia. Ho-Oh definitely would be an issue, but
yeah, you can do Snarl Crunch against the Ho-Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, that's not that great.
No, Darkrai is the next pick.
Yeah, I think Darkrai looks pretty solid against
For the record, his backup pick was Alolan Executor. If Darkrai was not available.
Oh, then it's good for them that Darkrai was available, I think.
I think you are right. Do we see double Mega or Mega Venusaur gonna?
I don't think we
get
will
the
see
boot.
it. But I would definitely love it, but
yeah, there's a lot of teams that it would be pretty solid against, but
yeah, I think there's definitely a missed chance for some players to pick this Mega Venusaur.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to end up being the best mon undrafted here.
Best non-megas will probably be between Jirachi and Articuno.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't think you really need the Jirachi here. Although the Jirachi is another one that's pretty good against 7, 8, 9, other than the Escavalier. Like, the dragon matchups aren't that bad. I know it wins the 2 shield against Zekrom and Reshiram, although I think you have to. I'm not sure if you can go straight Doom Desire if you need to land the Psychic.
But can it also beat those? Because I know PV Poke likes to throw moves immediately. So
yeah,
this Dragon Breath timing, true. Of course,
with, against optimal timing, you probably do better. It loses to Latias though, which makes no sense. But I guess the confusion damage doesn't do enough chip in that matchup, and the Dragon Breath is too much.
I think it's perfectly normal, right, that it loses to Latias because Dragon Breath and Confusion are both fast move pressuring moves, and the one is resisted, and Dragon Breath is just a bit better.
Even the Regice matchup actually is a bit iffy because, if the Regice doesn't let you sneak in a Confusion, it can double Earthquake you.
Someone mentions
I do wonder though
if the battler owns. So, yeah, I think I'm expecting most of these battler have a lot of resources available and really be quite flexible in choosing what they want.
Yeah. I bet Oscar probably already has all 6 of those things maxed from other drafts. So
Yeah, that or multiple. I can tell. I think Oscar has combined like 40 maxed Gyarados and Metagross or so.
Oh, geez.
So he can choose.
Do you think we see some sort of anti-Regirock pick here, or?
What would that be? That would be Jirachi. Genesect doesn't beat it.
Actually, Genesect, I think, does beat Regirock with shields up, and it's not bad against things that are not named Giratina Altered on that team. The Blastoise matchup I'm not sure of, but I'm assuming that goes in Blastoise's favor.
Yeah, I also think that, definitely should lose to Blastoise.
Yeah.
Just by sheer bulk. And I also think Gyarados beats it.
Yeah. You can take it to the 2-shield if you really want to as Genesect, but even that's risky because I think you need an X-Scissor bait.
Oh, and last pick is Surfetched.
Oh.
So that is some kind of...
Actually, that is a pretty good pick against Oscar's team with the Leaf Blade for Mega Blastoise also. And
but
again,
is it enough for Blastoise?
In the 1-shield.
Is it even enough to beat Blastoise? Let me look at it.
So yeah, rip Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That surprises me a bit.
Yeah, I think this is the result of the weirdness that these megas bring in the draft, because people really only like to have one of them. So there are some just out of the mega race, and then you get some kind of...
Yeah.
So it looks like Surfetched only loses the 0 shield against Blastoise, so it's really good there.
Yeah. And then again, another pick that's quite good against 7, 8, 9 with so many things that do not like counter close combat.
Yeah, this counter close combat is just a really strong moveset. So even with not great stats, it should be able to definitely put some pressure. So maybe we can, maybe King can put up a poll of what the viewers think is the best team here. Is it possible to do 2 polls and then?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of picks that pretty much always go in 9-man, no megas that aren't getting picked here.
Yeah, those the most prevalent ones I think are Jirachi and Articuno, right?
Yeah, definitely. Moltres is another one that usually ends up getting picked, but didn't get picked here. Although the way the team shook out here, I don't really see one where it's particularly useful.
Yeah. All right, so there's the poll for the first 4 players who has the best team. And then we should also see the one coming from the last 4 players. Someone suggests using Moltres against Oscar. I think you should be really brave if you want to do that.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a bold move. Unless you really hate Metagross.
But yeah, bold moves are definitely nice to see. It's an
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite parts about draft
encouraged.
is like using strange moveset. Like I think my favorite one that I ever had was like I safe swapped a Celebi against someone's team and then one shot their Latios with Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, that's a good one indeed. Or the
Uh,
Dragon Tail Groudon you used was also nice, I think.
yeah, drag. That's I'm interested to see like if the Dragon Tail Groudon gets used at all here.
I've used it for a full round and I never really considered Dragon Tail on that
Yeah,
one.
it's really maybe against Tommy's team with the Origin, and like it's got a better Mamoswine matchup too. I think with Dragon Tail, but
But even without it, usually Mama Swines never shield the first one. So I would just shield the Avalanche, build up to as much energy as you can, and then throw the Earthquake.
yeah,
They never shield, so you win this. Yeah, you're at the shield deficit, but you usually should get it back
yeah,
because you have some energy. Because I think most Mama Swines would expect a bait there, but Earthquake takes
yeah.
it out.
I do. I think I like Oscar's team a lot here, and I think Bar and T Rex also did a good job of covering their early weaknesses later in the round. Yeah.
So I only
Uh,
see the results for the first four. Is that me?
oh, so first poll looked pretty close between Oscar and Bar the gamer for
The best
which
team there.
team they thought was the best, with Oscar slightly ahead. I feel like Oscar has a lot of play around a lost lead here, which is really important to have because like Altered is just so good at consistent damage even in its bad matchups.
So of these last four, who do we think has the best team?
Uh
I think I
I
like
think again
Gary's team.
I like 789's team a lot in regards to having good ways out of bad starts.
And it
Like
also has like four of your favorites.
that this is another true one. I'm a big fan of like every single Mon on that team, so I'm definitely very biased here. But
Yeah, I also know that you two both are big fans of Ladios.
yeah,
You and 789, that is.
yeah, I've used Latios a lot before and I've liked it a lot. So uh
So this is actually quite close yet.
yeah, this is
Still
quite
this poll.
close.
Only thing that becomes a bit clear is that nobody thinks Tommy's team here is the best
Oh,
of the
one
four.
person does.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah. Tommy's team has a lot of nice coverage there, but like I'd have some concerns about
Losing leads.
losing leads. Yeah, like you don't have a particularly strong safe swap there. I guess Origin is okay against people without Snorlax, but like
Yeah, Origin is quite decent.
you don't have something like an Altered that can put out really strong consistent damage, and you don't have like double dragon, double water, or something like that to run ABB style.
Yeah, so after, yeah, it's still really close between Jetson, Gary Oak, and 789 for
Yeah,
best team of the second four. So that's pretty much undecided. So I think the viewers favor a few of teams, and that should be definitely interesting to see, yeah, which one pulls ahead in the end.
Yeah. So the drafters are going to begin battling in at the top of the hour, so in like 5 minutes. Give them a bit of time to prep with TMing if anyone needs to power up stuff that they've already got. Oh, we had a tie in that poll.
Between the So we're gonna have one last poll between, I think, the best ones for each form. And Bar the Gamer I would add as well.
Yeah.
So after these battles are done tonight, or whatever time it is from the place where you're watching, tomorrow at starting the same time as the stream started today, these battles will be shown. So definitely look at how the battlers actually performed with it, and if the one you favored in the poll also did as well as you would expect. And this poll is looking really close.
Oh yeah.
Which is only promising for nice battles.
Yeah. Ooh, results looking pretty
it's
close
pretty
here.
close actually again in the poll between this time.
It'll also be interesting to see, like, obviously some of these matchups are better for people than others, so to see like what role, if any, like the layout of the tournament bracket ends up having here.
Yeah, definitely. So I find it a bit hard to point out already whose matchups are particularly bad or good.
Yeah.
But definitely there are some people going to be lucky or unlucky with the draw to see which teams they have to face. All right, we're concluding this draft then. So check out tomorrow for the actual battles. And if you like to participate in drafts in Master League, or actually also we have some restricted meta tournaments for Master League, definitely come join Pogo Raids. I think there should definitely be some link going around on Twitch somewhere. And yeah, look out for the announcements where you can see where to sign up and stuff like that. I think it's really exciting. I've been doing it a lot of times already and really like it so far. So definitely come and check it out.
Yeah, we're in the middle of sort of an intermediate PvP draft season right now before the next like official one starts, trying to test out a couple new things. We're trying out best of 4 right now to put a bit more emphasis on overall games played and not just set wins, see if we like that more. And then figuring out what to do with now level 50 instead. But so come on over and join, and then stick around and wait for